So whether you're out running and looking like this, or like this, or like this, life during lockdown has many impacts in society, and not the least affected are also the runners, especially those that gather on a weekly basis with other like-minded runners to go out for their daily or weekly fix. And with lockdown almost coming to an end in certain countries, certainly in the UK, we're trying to gear up for it over the next couple of months. What's precipitating in the mind now is, what is the future of running? Certainly with gatherings of larger numbers of people, especially runners. What is it that we're going to have to be faced with? And some of the fear that we're going to be looking at is being in close proximity to other runners. It may actually be very off-putting. We still don't know. Do we carry the coronavirus? Could other people carry it? We want to stay safe. We want others to be safe. So in this video, we're going to look at face masks and face coverings. Going to go through 5 varieties and try them out whilst we're running. Give you some feedback. We're going to rate them, and then hopefully that'll inspire you to think about what kind of personal protective equipment you could use to maintain your running over the coming months and years. Welcome to Aspiring Runners. My name's Ray Whitby. Let's get into this. And in 5th place we have the face shield. Provides some restriction for anybody breathing on you, which is great. But for when you're out running, certainly when you're trying to protect yourself, this thing does feel a little bit self-conscious. It's very big, it's bulky. I think if you're wearing glasses, you'll probably end up steaming up those glasses very, very easily. There's no filter on this, so there is no real protection against the coronavirus. There's lots of space in which actually you can exhale, and you can also breathe in other people's breath if you're not careful. So it's not an ideal system, but it does provide a little bit of a barrier. The only downside is, if you're running, it's quite a big area that will increase your wind resistance, and actually breathing into it, yeah, there isn't the restrictions that the other systems have, but it looks ugly. People will probably run away thinking that you've got some biocontagion. Something definitely for the sci-fi movies that need to improve these styles if it was ever going to take off. And in 4th place we have the half mask respirator. This thing is fantastic in terms of the filtration. It's got an FFP3 filter in place. You can wash the whole face mask, so it's very reusable. The biggest downside to this, apart from the unsightliness, is the fact that there's such a high restriction to breathing. I mean, I'm jogging quite slowly now because I'm just really struggling to draw in the breath. But great for security if you want that peace of mind. Just very difficult to use for anything other than a very gentle jog. Very difficult as well to secrete about your body. But this is why it's coming in at number 4. The pricing as well, probably one of the more expensive solutions. But again, can you put money on your own personal health as well as protecting others? So this is in 4th place, the half mask respirator, sounding a bit like Darth Vader. And in 3rd place we have a washable fabric face mask. These things are so much easier compared to 4th place, the half mask respirator, to breathe. The downside though is that they're such a poor fit. There's absolutely no give in them. They don't fit tightly around the face. There is no filtration in there whatsoever. So really the protection just comes from what you can keep close to your mouth and your nose to prevent exhaling over other people and inhaling whatever they may be carrying. At least the colours, they're absolutely fine, and yeah, certainly a system to consider. They're very inexpensive, easy to secrete in the pocket, yeah, very affordable and rewashable, so at least then you can reuse them time and time again. In terms of running, I think you would really struggle if you're wearing glasses, because there's just no tight fitting across the nose. You'll end up steaming your glasses with these systems, but at least you could put them in your pocket, secrete them out if you just wanted that little bit of extra protection at the start and finish lines where you have a gathering of runners. In 2nd place we have the disposable face mask. These are great because they're lightweight, they were affordable, a bit hard to come by nowadays to get the proper rating, which is an FFP2 in Europe, and I think it's got to be the N95. You need some N95 filter in America. For these ones, As you can tell, they're great at fitting around the face, so they're nice and secure. You won't have any breath escaping, fogging up your glasses or interrupting other runners, and vice versa. You do protect yourself a lot with these, but similar to the half-mast respirator, I'm really struggling to breathe. There is a high resistance to breathing in these, so if you're only going for a gentle jog, should be fine. But anything more strenuous and you are going to struggle. But they come in a variety of colours, so at least they'll be more acceptable and great, as I say, to secrete in the pocket, be able to pull them out at the start and the finish lines if you just wanted that little bit of extra protection when you're starting your race. And yeah, definitely worth the number 2 spot. And in number 1 position we have the neck buff or neck gaiter, or actually there's a variety of names for this one, but these things are probably the most useful thing for going out running and still providing some kind of barrier against coronavirus, being able to protect yourself in slightly crowded areas with other runners. This thing is lightweight, does not restrict the breathing, although the downside is it has no filter system, so there's no guaranteed that it will block absolutely everything that you're breathing in or exhaling. But coming in a variety of colours, you don't really stand out in a garish way, although you do end up looking like a most wanted poster. But they're comfortable, they fit well, and very useful for running. So if you're out there trying to do some very physical activities, a lot of sprinting, this is probably the thing. If you're still wanting to wear some kind of face covering, this would be the choice. So hence at number 1 position, the neck buff. Whichever face mask or face covering you choose to use for running, there is a variety available, but I really think that the manufacturers are going to have to step up their game. You can see certain designs coming out on Amazon very slowly, but they still would put the fear of the Lord into me trying to wear them even in confined spaces. I think I'd rather not turn up, or at least stand to one side or at the back. But the good thing about these systems is that at least they do provide some kind of peace of mind. If you are out and about and you just needed that little bit of extra protection, a little bit of comfort, having something like a face mask, the neck buff will be an ideal choice. Now, if you found this video useful, it would be great if you could just hit the like button, click on subscribe, and I really want to find out from you what you thought was useful. Which face mask would you actually go for when you're going out running in groups? What do you think is going to be the future of running? Well, however it looks like, at least I've got a chance to bedazzle my face mask, thanks to my kids. Well, thanks so much for joining me, and hopefully I'll catch you next time on Aspiring Runners. Take care.